YouTube family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, man, go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, fam, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. All right, fam, let's get into this episode. So look, fam, we are here to review the Demolitia from Watchtower, the Demolitia Apache to be specific. So if you guys are kind of unfamiliar with them, Watchtower used to be F1 firearms. They produced a lot of really Gucci type rifles. Earlier this year, they kind of made a huge splash in the 2011 market with the Pew View. And I then took my Pew View, had it upgraded by Skip Guns. It's crazy. I'll put a picture of that up there so you can check it out. And then subsequent to that, the Pew View is kind of a limited run. After that, they came out with what they call the Unlimited, which is very kind of an ode to the Pew View, but something they'll have kind of on an ongoing basis. And then they had a couple of offerings late, one of which is the Kovert version, the Kovert Watchtower Apache. We've already done a review on that one. And now the Demolitia. And so let me let you guys check out the Demolitia. Look, fam, it's a good looking gun. It is undeniable. It is a sexy something something. It is a sexy something something. I'll go ahead and I'll put up the stats up there so you can kind of peruse those. But look, I think they did a really good job. One of the kind of hallmarks for Watchtower is they make a really smooth grip. A really smooth slide. And so, you know, I feel like they kept that tradition with the Demolition. Nothing was lost there. They upgraded that original. Remember I told you guys the Pew View version had a terrible grip module. And subsequent to that, they gave people an opportunity to upgrade the grip module for free. And so this one obviously came out with that better quality grip module. I'm not gonna lie, it feels very good in the hands, even though it is a polymer grip module. It's very well textured, and it's like a hard polymer, almost like it's infused with something, but polymer nonetheless. But look, fam, the gun is very attractive. There is no doubt about that. It is ported in a 10-port system on the top of the gun. But, you know, looks is one thing, how it shoots is another. So let's get into the review. All right, fam, if you haven't seen a 2A in LA review, here's how it goes. You can get a rating from 0, which is hot trash garbage, to 100, which is flawless. I've never had a 100. I've never had a 0. A 50 to 60 is kind of considered a down the middle firearm. Very reliable, gonna go bang every time. Think Glock 17 Gen 5 MOS. That would be a 50 to 60 gun. If you're 60 to 70, there's some feature or functionality in the gun that set it kind of above, one step above the norm. If you're 70 to 80, okay, now you're kind of cooking with some gas. There's a few features about this gun that really separate it out from other guns in its class. If you're kind of 80 to 90, you're in rare air. Now you're very near or close or at the top of best in class in your particular category. And if you're 90 above, grill gun status. All right, fam, let's dig into the Demolitia. First up, fit and finish. Look, fam, it's nice. Fam, fit and finish is nice. Tolerances are really tight, like slide to frame finish is tight. Grip module to frame finish is tight. Tolerances are good. not very much wiggle at all, if any. I think this gun is PVD coated. I'll put up there whether it's PVD, Cerakoted, or DLC. I'm pretty sure the gold is PVD. I'm not sure about the frame and the slide. Polymer grip module, though I would have preferred an all metal gun. That speaks to kind of the durability of the gun. But look, I think it's solid. Fit and finish, we're going to give it a 13 out of a possible 15. All right, fam. Next up, durability. Look, fam. So for me, this kind of comes down to the fact that it doesn't have a metal grip. It comes with a polymer grip. So that impacts it a little bit. The quality of the coating will speak to that. I think it's a durable gun. I think if you take care of it, it'll last. Is it like on the level of an Atlas or a Hayes or a Venom or something like that? No. I wouldn't even put it up there with the Kovert version of the gun. But I think it's solid. I think it's solid. And so based on that, for durability, we're going to go ahead and give it a 13 out of a possible 15. All right, fam. Next up, reliability. Look, fam, put about 1,000 rounds through this gun. I only had one extraction issue. I'm just going to call that, you know, a break-in period issue. Other than that, the gun ran flawlessly. I'm not going to ding it for that. You know, I'll say this, that my Pew View has ran smooth. The Kovert version is ran smooth. This one appears to be running smooth. I think they're reliable guns. So I'm going to go ahead for reliability and give it a 13 out of a possible 15. All right, fam. Next up, trigger. Fam, you guys know I'm a trigger snob. Stop playing. And you love me for it. And you love me for it, right? So look, fam, I'll put the trigger pull up there, but you can see there's a little take up, just a little. There's a clear defined wall, clear crisp break. Let's look at the reset. Look, fam, I think it's a solid trigger. You know, as 2011 trigger goes, it's very reminiscent to me of kind of like a staccato trigger, kind of feels like that, which is not an Atlas trigger, it's not an Infinity trigger. I'm going to give the trigger a 13 out of a possible 15. All right, fam, next up, accuracy. Look, fam, I'll put up some footage of me shooting the gun from about 15 yards so you can get a sense of the group. This was just me standing. I was not in any kind of rest or anything. But you can get a sense of how accurate the gun is. All right, fam, so as you can see, that's a tight group. This pistol is kind of meant, I think, to be a competition pistol. The barrel length speaks to that. The porting speaks to that. The weight of the gun speaks to that. It's got a very good grip. I think it's an accurate shooting pistol. I wouldn't have any problem using this in a USPSA event or in a practical shooting sense or course or class. So I think it's accurate. Based on that, we're going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of a possible 10 for accuracy. All right, fam. Next up, ergonomics. Fam, if it doesn't feel good, you're not going to want to shoot it. If you don't shoot it, you're not going to get proficient with it. I love the way, even though it's a polymer grip, I love the way the grip feels. It's very kind of tacky, sticky, clingy, which is what you want on your grip. The gun is weighted really well. Yeah, I feel like the ergonomics are solid. Look, it's a 2011. It's very reminiscent of the other Apache models. And so, yeah, fam, I think you'll enjoy the ergonomics of the gun. We're going to go ahead and we're going to give it a 9 out of 10 for ergonomics. All right, fam, these next two categories, we're going to kind of lump them together. I think if you've watched my reviews, you'll know that these two categories, when it comes to 2011, are pretty consistent. The first is aftermarket support. More and more 2011s keep flooding into the market at different price points. Consequently, there's a ton of aftermarket support out there, not like Glock level or anything like that, but more and more and more. And relative to maintenance and upkeep, yeah, fam, you need to keep this gun clean. Every 1,000 rounds or so, kind of break it down and give it a little clean. You do that, it should work for you. For aftermarket support and maintenance upkeep, each category, we're going to give this gun a 4 out of a possible 5 points. All right, fam. Next up, affordability. I'll go ahead and put the MSRP up there. This gun comes in, if I'm not mistaken, right around $4,500, but I'll confirm that up there. That's consistent with kind of the other versions of this firearm. Is it worth it? Sure. Sure. I guess the question is not so much is it worth it, is how does it compare to other guns in its range, in its class? And so if you had $4,500 to spend, is this the gun to buy? Would you be better off getting a Kovert? Would you be better off getting an Unlimited? Would you be better off getting the gun from another manufacturer? We'll have those conversations, but it's right smack in the middle of a mid-tier gun. And so for affordability, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 2 out of a possible 5 based on the price point. All right, fam. Last but not least, flex. Is Instagram going to go crazy? Your boy's going to be like, damn. Look, fam, probably. Probably. The gun is a very attractive gun. I'll hand it to Watchtower. They got the aesthetics thing down. They get their QC dialed in super tight, and I think this gun is far better constructed than the Pew View was when it first came out. So I think they're getting better and better and better as time goes on. But attractiveness, good. Trigger, good. You know, we kind of talked about all the ins and outs of the gun. I think it's flexy. I think it's flossy. I would be proud to have a Demolitia in my collection if I didn't already have the Pew View, if I wasn't in the process of getting a limited edition Kovert, then I would definitely, this gun would definitely be on my radar, and it's worthy of consideration. So flex, we're going to give it 3 out of a possible 5 points. All right, fam, if you add all that up, you get an 83 out of a possible 100 points. Look, fam, I told you guys, anything 80 to 90, you're in rare air. You're in kind of close to best in class, especially if you're between 85 and kind of 89. So I think this gun is right smack where it should be. If you look at, I think the Pew View out of the box came in at like an 82, and this gun is very reminiscent of that with some small improvements in terms of the quality control and the grip. So the fact that it's in at an 83 is not a surprise to me. Look, fam, solid gun. Solid 2011. Are there other 2011s that may be better? Sure. We'll talk about those in future videos, and we're going to do a video comparing all of the Apache collection. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right? That's it for this episode, fam. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.